Straight ahead on The Buzz, Oscar Fashions.
The Rangers take on the Bulldogs.
And is Northwestern really a tobacco-free campus?
And talk to Taylor straight ahead on The Buzz.
From the NWTV studio on the campus of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, this is The Buzz.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today on The Buzz. We have a lot to get to, so let's get started with a look at trending topics.
It's almost that time of year again, ladies and gentlemen. Spring break is quickly approaching, so we have come up with the top 5 things that are a must for spring break. These are in no particular order. First up is an extra set of keys. If you're driving, it is always smart to bring an extra just in case someone steals your belongings on the beach. It happens more than you think.
I would definitely not have thought of
Yeah,
that. That's
I
a
never
really
had
good
either.
idea.
Good idea.
Yeah.
A few friends that happened too.
2 sets of my friends that also went to Padre last year got their keys stolen.
Got their keys stolen.
Like
wow.
their bag and everything.
So be careful where you set your bags too.
'Cause you think nobody's going to mess with it, but also nobody is going to
You don't know anybody. Yeah.
Then pick it up. They're not going to be like, hey, that's not yours.
No. Oh
also,
my gosh.
another reason that you might want to have a spare set of keys from personal experience. Last year on my spring break, we went to a concert and we had a limo, and we might have had some sort of beverage that you needed a corkscrew to open, but we did not have
Welch's
a
grape
corkscrew.
juice, right?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So we decided to use keys, and the key snapped off and broke into the cork of it, and then we had to call a locksmith, but it would have been handy if we would have had a spare
Yeah,
set.
so
Yeah.
bring a spare set in case that happens. Also, more than one bathing suit. It's super important, like have 2 or 3, you never know.
Yeah, because you can wear one in the water and then you just throw it somewhere and it gets moldy and gross. And you, like it smells because you don't lay it out to dry. And then it smells like the ocean.
I'm
And
sure
it's
that's
bad.
what everyone's worried about on spring break.
I'm
too.
sure they
You do
are.
not
They
need
don't
a
want to be
smelly
the stinky
bathing
one in
suit.
their
You're-
stinky
Top
bathing suit.
priority, seriously.
And also, snacks and water. If you are going to a beach destination, water is a must. It is important to stay hydrated, and it leaves your tan skin looking great. Also, eating out every day is expensive, so if you bring some grab and goes for breakfast, you'll be saving more money. Which is also a good
That's what
idea.
I did
Important.
last year. I brought so much snacks, and we actually saved a lot of money, and we got to eat out at like nice seaside restaurants
Right.
in the afternoons and stuff. So that was good that we didn't have to pay for breakfast every morning.
Very good. And also, bring your own towel. Yes, the hotels have towels, but most of them, especially for spring breakers, if they get ruined by dirt, makeup, or other things, to bring your own towel, that's just going to be something good to have.
They charge every time you ruin a towel.
Really?
Yes, I got charged $10 because the floor wasn't carpet, and so every time you walk in, all the sand and stuff is on your feet, and you don't want
Right.
to like get it in your bed or anything. So we just used a towel and like wiped our feet on it, and they were like, "Yeah, well."
$10, huh?
Yeah.
Right there.
The last most important item would be the first aid kit. This is one of the many things most forgotten to take on vacation. For college students, so many college students get hurt every year on spring break from things such as cans buried in the sand and washed up jellyfish. Even dead ones. They'll sting ya. We'll get ya.
Well, and also, if you're, I don't know what it is, I get a blister about every day. Like, no matter what shoes I'm wearing. So,
And the
yeah,
sand is
that's
hot during the day.
something that I
So
Definitely.
Okay, well, also, this is an interesting topic, but what do you guys think about the endless Facebook game requests? I know that I want to talk about this last week because I personally have been going through this.
It's overwhelming.
hate it. Like, what do they get for that?
I have
In
no
their
idea if
stupid
you
games.
invite your friends or
I
whatever.
have actually gone into my settings and blocked any sort of games being sent my way in my
Well,
notifications.
you need to teach me how
So
to do that.
I
So you
have
can block
It's under
game
your
requests.
privacy settings on
Okay,
Facebook.
well that's really
And
good to know.
Annoying.
Yeah, it was one of the best
Yeah,
things.
because
I've
they
ever
are
discovered.
awful. It's never ending.
Well, this last
So
weekend,
annoying. I really think somebody is trying to talk to me.
Well, this last weekend I actually went through and every person that sent me a request, I deleted them. So I'm sorry if you're watching this today, but just get it under control and maybe we can be friends on Facebook again because it's not legitimate. It's not legitimate friendship if you're not friends on Facebook.
That's
what
true.
I'm saying.
You can't even tag
Facebook
each other
official.
in photos.
There you go. So just get a handle on it, then we can talk.
Well, speaking of someone that probably has a lot of friends on Facebook because she's a real life Barbie.
Oh my
Look at this.
gosh.
It's crazy. This is a model from the Ukraine. She claims to be the human Barbie. She says she has not been hungry at all in recent weeks and hopes it's the final stage before she can survive on air and light alone. The Barbie doll looks alike, also claims to be able to talk to aliens and can also time travel.
She's just
Oh
like,
my
very
God.
talented.
I have
Seriously,
nothing
like,
to
I
say
need
about
to
that.
meet
That's-
this woman because I
She's very dedicated.
well,
Yes.
I would just like to know what people in space are saying to us. You know?
Exactly.
Like I want to know because on spring break, you know, you wouldn't even have to bring snacks or water if you could just
Seriously.
live off of
Just
the light alone.
breathe.
So,
Right, that'd be
light and
awesome.
air. Yeah.
seriously,
I also have
I-
something
so
to
jealous.
add to that. I found online their friends, and it's also another girl. She's 19 years old. Well, a woman, I guess. She is from the Ukraine, and she's a real-life anime doll. And she weighs 85 pounds. She's 5'2", and she said she takes 30 minutes to put on all of her anime makeup. And she has a Japanese name that I don't think I should pronounce.
That's okay.
So-
And
And
they're
they're
friends.
friends.
They're like pictured
So what do they
together.
teach these models in the Ukraine? Like that's
I know, I was
crazy that
just
they're from the
thinking.
same area.
And she's so small, like.
It's like one step away from yoga. You know, yoga is like, oh, connect with your spiritual side. And it's like, this is like legitimately like you are crazy. Hashtag you are crazy.
Hashtag
Seriously,
let's talk.
what is going on? Like you
Okay.
need other friends. Get on Facebook, okay? Maybe go ahead and start
Accept a
playing
game
games.
request.
Yes.
Yes.
She also has a
Something.
video on YouTube of how she puts her makeup on. So if you ever want to look like
I'm going
an
to check
anime
that
doll,
out, and
check
I'm
that
going
out.
to do that tutorial for next week's show. So stay tuned for that.
Featuring
so
next week on The Buzz.
Speaking of Barbie
Josie's an
dolls,
anime.
you said that the Barbie doll song was your favorite song to skate to?
Yes, like 3 years ago even.
3 years
Yes.
ago.
I
Do you do
well,
a lot
okay.
of rollerblading then?
Okay. They have a roller
can't
rink.
right now.
Is actually what's called roller rink in Woodward, where I'm from,
Okay.
and that is my all-time favorite song to skate to. It's just fun.
My niece
Okay,
skates
well, I
every
can see
weekend.
that,
It's like
yeah.
a big thing again. My niece skates every single
Not
weekend.
again. It has been, honey.
It
You just
always
haven't
has
been
been.
in
It
the
has
loop.
never gone out.
Oh, I'm not
So-
cool. I'm
Yeah,
not cool
that's
anymore.
what you do. In elementary school, you take your little boyfriend, you guys
Yes.
hold hands, skate.
Let's
Triple
skate.
F.
See, I am a solo skater. I don't know. Got my Dr. Pepper in one hand, and this one's free for dancing. So
I
anyway.
was
could not
the-
take a
I was
Dr.
the
Pepper on a
Nancy
skating rink.
Kerrigan of
It's against the
rollerblading.
rules.
I don't
you
even know
rebel.
who that is.
I was the Nancy Kerrigan of rollerblading.
Okay,
Oh my
well,
gosh.
good.
Again, if you're a 90s child, you'll understand.
The Oscars were held this weekend. And did you guys agree with the winners?
No.
Okay,
I-
let's get to it. Best Supporting Actor, Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club.
He's attractive, so
That's
So
to say
that's
the
fine.
least. We'll talk about him later after the break, because he was sporting a pretty good little outfit too. So
He was.
he had it going on.
But Best Picture was 12 Years a Slave, and I haven't seen it, but I want to.
I
It
have,
looks really good.
and it is so good.
Good. I haven't seen it yet either.
I
That is
love.
awesome.
I
love
actually
her.
haven't seen any of these movies.
I've
So-
seen.
Good.
I've seen 2. Yeah. 2 of them.
Well, Lupita Nyong'o won the Best Supporting Actress also for that movie, and she looked beautiful
And
as well.
she did, and I love her. She had the sweetest acceptance speech. It was very humble,
Yeah.
and you
Love
could just tell she
actresses
was
like
so thankful and overwhelmed by all the success. And I also follow
Well,
her on
she's beautiful.
Instagram. And
Definitely.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Matthew
I feel like we're
McConaughey, I think his speech kind of hit home for, this part.
All
of the
right, all
country
right,
in
all
a way.
right.
I know.
Yeah.
I love just everything about him. So
I wanted Leonardo DiCaprio
I
to
so
win.
wanted him to win. Oh my god.
One thing I didn't understand was Gravity won a lot of awards. And again, I haven't seen it, but
I haven't either.
I have. And
I feel like it was
really
just because it
surprised.
took a lot, like
Maybe.
in space, and like the special effects look really good, but
I don't know. Well, coming up later in the show, we will definitely look at the Oscar fashion on the red carpet. But this past Saturday, Ellen DeGeneres actually hosted the Oscars. And did you guys see her picture that has the most retweets
and I retweeted it.
so far?
Good.
Well,
So
there you
you're
go.
part of those statistics.
Yeah.
So
I'm proud of
there
you.
were 779,295 retweets in
Wow.
30 minutes.
Yeah, and she temporarily broke Twitter because everyone was just on Twitter trying to retweet
Being
this picture.
ridiculous.
There were so many
I read that it
people.
was the most famous selfie of all time because it had so many famous people in it.
Bradley
Right.
Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Brad Pitt. It was just pretty awesome. So I was
Speaking
really
of
excited to see
Jennifer
that.
Lawrence, she fell again this year. And
It's okay.
Ellen
love
talked
her.
about it in her speech.
I love
did.
her.
Well,
She's
you
so
know,
funny.
she didn't just fall, she clawed the person in front of her.
Like, that's
Like,
something that would
and a
happen to me,
police
so I
officer
really
had
feel like I
help her.
connect with her.
I fell 3 times
So
yesterday.
Oh, and
on
so did
campus.
Chelsea.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that and the weather coming up after the break. So just keep it here. We'll also talk about the best dressed coming back. So we'll see you when you get back.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving.
Learning.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Did you find the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes?
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes.
The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Visit ready.gov.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
I'm sure many of you enjoyed watching the Oscars this past Sunday. I know I did. And I have to correct myself because earlier I said Saturday, so the confusion is, under control now. But taking a look at some of the best dressed women at the Oscars, Sandra Bullock. She is in an Alexander McQueen gown, and she looks absolutely beautiful. And even looking at this picture, well, she's not right here, but anyway, on the screen, how the angle of the dress is cut is just very slimming, and I love that color on her too.
Wow.
It's just very simple and elegant.
Very simple, and I liked it.
Yeah, it looks good on her.
She is absolutely gorgeous anyways,
Always.
so.
My all-time fave.
Yes, always looks
Lupita
fantastic.
Nyong'o. She's wearing a pleated light blue dress. It's actually a Prada gown, and I love the headband detail that she put on too.
She totally, she looks like Cinderella.
She really does.
She looks like a Disney princess.
She just
She's
looks
so pretty.
so, I don't know, like feminine, like it just, everything
And she
flows
has
really
been
well.
in the spotlight leading up to the Oscars anyways because of how well she dresses. So
Yeah.
everything, or like her Oscars dress was really anticipated because everyone wanted to
Right.
know. And I watched some interviews and she wasn't going to give out any details of the dress, and she shut it up because it was a big
It was a
surprise
hit.
and it was a good
She
surprise.
sure stuck to that.
Definitely.
Jennifer Lawrence is shown in a red Dior Haute Couture gown. And even though she did trip, she did look beautiful, and she's just gorgeous all around, inside and out, from what I've ever seen. So.
I love red. Just love it. I love the color red. I love it whenever, like how her hair is and everything. I think it just looks amazing.
I like the change with her hair actually up for this time too.
I wish she would grow it out. Gosh, her hair was so pretty. I wish she would grow it back out.
I like it personally.
Do you?
She can pull it off. So.
She does.
Yeah.
She can pull off anything though. I love her. She looks good all the time. So she.
And Kate Hudson is always a flippin' hottie. She's just so gorgeous. She's seen an ivory Versace gown. The plunging neckline she totally pulled off. I love the detail around her shoulders even. It's just so feminine once again, and I think this was absolutely a hit. So her hair,
that was my favorite dress. It was like an old school kind of feel, like
vintage.
a 1940s.
Marilyn Monroe type thing. It's like very Great Gatsby, and I love that.
I love that.
Well, some of the things that were displayed at the Oscars and will carry into the spring are pastel colors. I'm sure that most of you guys have seen those. A lot of celebs were also rocking the nude lipstick, which I personally loved because it's more of a natural tone and a natural look. So we're getting away from the red lipstick and everything.
I have to get used to that. That's my thing.
For the men of the Oscars, Jared Leto. I love everything about this look. The shoes, white tuxedo. Everything was great. And he even rocked the ombre hair. So
he has a total like masculine grunge kind of thing that I love.
Yeah. And
so
attractive. He totally
rocks it.
Yes, absolutely. Chris Hemsworth, one of my personal favorites, burgundy three-piece suit. It was just
classy.
so trimmed to perfection, and anyway, I can go on and on. And then the man of the hour, as I mentioned earlier, Matthew McConaughey, sporting Dolce & Gabbana. Everything about him was just amazing too. And also this week we have actually had a prom picture from high school leaked also. So no matter what age, I think he still looks pretty good. Look at that.
Very attractive. How funny is that?
Awesome. Seriously.
The old school prom, like that's the ideal prom
picture.
Like
how
the balloons in the background and like
waist, hand on waist.
So for all of you prom goers out there, I know it's like that time of year. You never know who you're going to prom with. It might be the next Oscar winner.
Exactly.
Make sure that you spend extra money on the professional pictures, is all I'm saying. And then frame it for 30 years.
Because they could get leaked later on down the road.
Yeah,
right.
I know. All right. Well, so next up on the list, I believe, is Jen.
Yeah, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about the winter weather. Some more came in on Sunday. So many schools in the area closed down, and we have a word from David Paikey, and he explains the process of determining if Northwestern will have school or not.
Good.
Last Sunday, winter weather moved in and left the roads and campus of Northwestern covered in ice and snow. While other nearby campuses and public schools closed, Northwestern remained open, starting classes at 10. However, many students questioned whether this was a good decision or not, with the roads and sidewalks still being very slick.
Well, I was kind of disappointed because of the simple fact that we had 3-4 inches of snow, and they didn't clean up the sidewalks and stuff. We were walking all around in the snow.
A few times with the wet spots on the road and on the sidewalks, kind of slipped, kind of dangerous.
I understand that we have a very short amount of time to get our education for this semester, but you should take into account that all of the other campuses almost in Oklahoma closed down because of safety, and it makes me feel like Northwestern doesn't care about their students at all.
While many students expressed their frustration with the decision to keep Northwestern open under these conditions, Vice President of Administration David Paikey says the university tries to come to a decision as quickly as possible based on the weather reports.
When we have bad weather enter the area, Dr. Lowen and President Cunningham will evaluate the weather conditions and try to make a decision by about 5:30 in the morning, and then we'll get word out through text message, our website, and phone calls if school's being canceled for the day. Correct, yeah, there's no guidelines to follow. We'll look at how much was snow, how much was ice, did it hit all of our campuses, just the Alva campus, are the public schools closing? They'll look at several different areas before a final decision is made.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it was okay to have school Monday with all that weather, or what do you guys think?
I just don't think so. I think that that our school is like really conservative. Since what happened last year, we didn't have like days left at all. Or I think we went a little bit over, I'm not sure. But I think there's just like, we have so many commuters at this school.
And the roads were pretty bad, definitely.
Yeah, the parking lots weren't even cleared off.
And even I live 2 blocks away from campus even, and just like the city streets. I mean, yes, the main roads, you know,
the main
are cleared
highways
off.
were cleared, yeah.
You know, that's great for semis, whatever, but if we're going to school, I feel like that's something that you should keep in consideration too.
I agree.
I think that it's your own call whether or not we
and
have
teachers
school.
were really good about
Exactly, and like Northwestern, we pride ourselves on like a small environment and like understanding professors. And I think if you honestly could not make it to your classes at the time that it was delayed, that if you would have like sent your professor an email, they would have been more than understanding with you and to catch up on the assignment. So I just think it's everyone's own decision if they don't feel safe driving. I mean, I personally had a 4-wheel drive pickup, so I felt
not worried about it, right?
Yes.
Well, one thing to add is, you know, I mentioned earlier, I'm just like an accident waiting to happen, let's just be completely honest. But I did slip and fall 3 times yesterday, and 2 times I had, you know, stuff all in my hands and everything. So if I were to break a bone, just so you guys know, we are state-owned property, and you would actually have to pay for your own medical. You know, Northwestern would not cover that. So just so you guys know, it is, you know,
So it's a liability
make sure,
on yourself.
Yes, just make sure that you have that in mind, that, you know, where you're walking and everything, and like Josie said, you know, make the best call in the judgment that you might have, because that's something to absolutely keep in mind. It's not going to be expensive.
But I mean, there's also like some other stuff that plays into it. Like there's moms and stuff that go to school that their children don't have school and then they don't have a babysitter. And I know a lot of students probably don't share this with me, but I absolutely hate missing class. Like if I don't absolutely
I don't
have
like
to,
to either.
I hate missing class because I don't know what's going on, and nobody listens. I mean, your friends don't. The one people that you can ask
caught up,
don't listen. So I just hate it. So I just wish.
But I will say, our grounds crew did an awesome job of trying to keep the campus clear. So
I agree.
I disagree, but I'll just leave it at that. There's a lot of places I feel like we could have done a better job. I love Northwestern. You know, I'm not being disrespectful in that at all. But even at the student center and what happened last time with workers not being there, I absolutely understand. But I feel like we should keep this year as, you know, in mind for next year whenever we have a lot of snow, because I feel like we could kind of work off of that. I don't know.
Definitely. Well, we have all seen the signs around campus stating that our campus is tobacco-free. But how tobacco-free are we really? As of July 1st, 2012, all campuses and properties owned or leased by the university have been declared tobacco-free. This came as a result of Governor Mary Fallon's executive order in February of 2012 prohibiting the use of tobacco on state property. The university's president, Dr. Janet Cunningham, put the ordinance into place at Northwestern according to the governor's timeline. But the university had discussed becoming tobacco-free long before it became a state law. Students and faculty can both, however, be seen sneaking off for a smoke break or having a chew of tobacco. So what do you guys think? How could we actually make this campus tobacco-free? Do you think they could enforce that more, or?
Absolutely.
How do you think they should?
I think that I'm sharing a lot of my opinion today. Man, it's like Chelsea Adams hour. I'm sorry, I apologize. I promise I'll let you guys in here in a second. But I feel like we need to, you know, make an example of some people. I mean, as soon as we, you know, can start making an example and people know that they'll actually get fined and a ticket and everything like that,
So
I think that that's like the first step.
That's what I was going to say. I have no idea what even the consequences are. I'm not a smoker, but I don't really think that they care, is the thing, because nothing ever happens
I think
to
a
them.
ticket, just like a parking ticket, where you can't enroll unless it's paid or anything like that, would be good to like enforce, because I know that campus police, I see them driving around everywhere giving tickets for people that aren't parked in the right spot, and I'm sure they have seen plenty of people that are smoking where they're not supposed to be on campus.
And many students and faculty members are really good about crossing the street and making sure they're off campus before they light one up, but like you can definitely see them walking around just smoking on campus. It's supposed to be tobacco free. So.
And I think that's not fair, because our campus is so centered on being a healthy campus, like the wellness center and everything.
Definitely.
And then there's people who are actually trying to do that for their New Year's resolution and stuff, and so I just don't. I mean, what if like people are trying to quit smoking and then they're
They
still
are seeing it around campus,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Gabriela Hernandez has been searching Pinterest for the latest and greatest projects to share with you. Let's see what she has in store for us this week.
Today's do-it-yourself project will be a 5-strand braided headband. The items you're going to need are an old t-shirt, some scissors, and a hot glue gun. Step 1 is to cut the shirt into 5 strands. You're going to want to make them 2 inches wide, and you want the length to be twice as long as the head that you're going to use it for. Now stack your pieces of fabric on top of one another like this, and you're going to want to glue them together. Now pull the pieces of fabric apart so that the ends curl in. You can tape down the end that's glued to the table to help you braid if needed. So grab the strip all the way on the left and cross it over the one right next to it. Then grab the strip that's furthest on the right of this section, so the middle one, and cross it over the second strip. And now you're going to braid on the right side. So you'll do the same thing, pull the farthest on the right to the middle, and then move this one over that one, and then tighten it. When you get to the end, or however long you want it to be, we're going to glue the ends together. And I'm going to cut off this extra. Now we're going to want to glue these 2 pieces together. And we want to cover up this portion of the headband. So you're going to want to cut out a small rectangular piece that's bigger than the portion that you want to cover up. And there we go, our headband. Stay tuned next week for our next do-it-yourself project. I'm Gabriela Hernandez. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Gabby. We will continue to hunt for creative ideas to share with you. So be sure to tune in each week for the latest DIY project.
Our very own Taylor Morris is back at it again this week, roaming the campus and talking with Northwestern students. Let's see what she has from this week. Taylor?
Hey guys, it's Taylor here, and today we're going to ask our Northwestern students about relationships. So, can you tell me, when you date a girl, what is like in your relationship contract? Like, what is the characteristics that the girl has to have?
Hygiene, so no like hairy arms or body odor.
Okay.
And funny. I like a girl that's funny.
Well, one, if a guy smokes, that's a deal breaker. Let's see, a lot of cursing. It's not cute.
Can't be looking like Ratchet. And she's got to look nice. She's got to care for me. Like, she got to be around a lot.
Okay, and what's a deal breaker for you? Like, what are characteristics that she cannot have? Like, you're not even going to deal with?
She can't be a smoker.
Can't be a smoker?
Yeah, she can't drink more than me.
She can't drink more than you? Okay, all right.
Someone who looks after me, you know, like I'm a princess, so I gotta look after her.
There you go. You gotta take care of this princess, man. Okay, thank you.
He has to be trustworthy and funny, because that's important. And he can't want to snuggle, because I don't do that.
No snuggling.
PDA at a minimum, like can't be all up on me. That's just no.
Okay, and what are like major deal breakers for you? Like, no.
If he likes to watch really bad TV shows like Pretty Little Liars.
Okay.
She gotta compose herself in public. She has to act a certain way and be a certain way, you know.
Like what kind of way?
Like.
Classy?
Yeah, thank you. Classy. Yeah. She can't just be like loose and out of control and making you look bad. Like, why you with the crazy chick, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. And what are like a deal breaker? Like, what are deal breakers that, like, things you will not deal with ever?
Crazy.
It's craziness. She can't be like trying to hit you with your car or nothing, right? You can't take that.
None of that.
He's got to be honest. I don't like really obnoxious people, so the quieter the better.
Gotta be funny.
Funny? She has to make you laugh.
That's the way to my heart.
Number one?
And cooking. Yeah.
What, like making you steak and stuff? Anything? Hamburgers? Just food?
Yeah, so much.
All right, ladies. Well, learn how to cook to get with this guy. Thank you.
Can't be lazy. Exactly. Make that money.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's the end of our episode. I'm Taylor, and I will see you next week.
Thanks, Taylor. The Rangers took on the Bulldogs of Southwestern last week. Travis and Mike are in next with the highlights.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
But getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Collins here with Travis Harmon Smith, and we're back again for another week of Ranger Sports. Somehow they keep letting us come on here and break down the week's highlights. We start off with Ranger baseball team taking on nationally ranked Drury Panthers in a 3-game series. They won the first 2 of the 3, but they did lose the final. The Rangers are now 8-6 on the year and 2-4 in GAC conference play. Now, if you like the Oscars, and I know the ladies over there do, we got a reward for you. In Game 2 of the series, senior pitcher Joe Cotto pitched a complete game shutout, allowing only 3 base runs. His performance earned him the Great American Conference Pitcher of the Week award, the first weekly award from the GAC given to a Ranger baseball player this season.
In men's basketball, the Rangers defeated Southwestern on senior night last Thursday, followed by a close last-second loss on the road to Southern Nazarene. Senior night will be one to remember for the Rangers as they defeated the Bulldogs in overtime 90-89. Senior Brandon Woolley played the final game of his career as he erupted for a career-high 31 points. Following Woolley came senior forward Bruce Wright, who also finished the final game of his career with 20 points and 12 rebounds. Senior Easy Akari also finished his career for the Rangers with 5 points on the night. Against Southern Nazarene, the Rangers battled all the way down to the wire with the Crimson Storm, falling shortly 82-81 from a last-second three-pointer by an SMU defender. Sophomore Tierese Taylor led all scorers with 23 points, while Bruce Wright added 16. Turning over from men's, we turn over to the women's basketball as the Lady Rangers lost a heartbreaker on senior night to Southwestern following a close road victory at Southern Nazarene. Against Southwestern, the Lady Rangers played effectively down the stretch, but came up short, falling 71-68. Freshman Kamara Bozeman finished with a game-high 25 points. Seniors De'Ara and Giera Gilmore played their final home games in Ranger uniforms, both finishing with 11 points. The Lady Rangers traveled to Southern Nazarene over the weekend, coming out big with a 103-91 overtime thriller. Freshman Jonay Isaac displayed the best performance of her career, finishing with a career-high 34 points, while senior De'Ara Gilmore finished her career with 24 points. So let's see what we have coming up in sports for the rest of the week. Due to the snowfall, Ranger baseball will play against Hillsdale Baptist in Moore at 1 p.m. Thursday afternoon.
And both softball and baseball will be headed to Bethany to take on Southern Nazarene from 2 to 5 on Friday and Saturday afternoon.
Also on Saturday evening, the rodeo teams will compete at Fort Scott Community College at 7 p.m.
And let's not forget, bright and early Monday morning, men's golf will compete in the Spring Regional Invitational in Garden City, Kansas at the Buffalo Dunes. That's at 8 o'clock.
Well, that's all we have for the time this week, but don't go anywhere. I'm Travis Harmon Smith, along with Michael Collins. The Buzz will be right back after this.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Did you find the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yup.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes.
The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Visit ready.gov.
Welcome back. We're going to take a look at upcoming events. I believe this Thursday is The Voice here at Northwestern at Herod Hall, 6:30. Who's going?
I won't be here, but I'm excited to see. I hope somebody goes and takes some videos and stuff, because I bet it'll be really exciting to see some of the talent we have around campus, stuff like that. I'm sure we have.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm
next
wondering.
American Idol, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, keep your pictures. How well they're going to parallel it to the actual voice, like how well they're going to get it done. I know last year was really fun to watch.
Do they do it like they turn around at the chairs?
Yeah,
and stuff,
they have the different. Well, I don't know about the turn around the chairs, but they have specific judges who.
And coaches? Do they?
I don't know. I might be.
So we're gonna have to look into that. It's exciting. We'll have to.
We just need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also on Saturday, baseball plays at 1 p.m. and then also at 3:30 against Southern Nazarene.
So hopefully the weather clears up a little for our baseball team, and everyone get out there and support them. Definitely.
For sure. Also, one more thing, tweet at NWTV7 if you want your tweet read in one of our many funny voices. You won't be disappointed. You won't. You won't be disappointed. But keep it classy, Northwestern. Yes, for sure. Well, that's all we have for you this week. Make sure to tune in next week on The Buzz.